Welcome back to Namaste React, and today in this video we are going to solve our Swiggy API issue. In episode 6 of Namaste React, we were integrating an API to fetch live data from Swiggy and we were displaying it on our food ordering app, right? So what happened was that API which Swiggy had got changed, and now there is a new API. Not a new API, basically the API is the same, the name of the API is same, but the format of the data which it gives has changed, and now the code that I wrote last time is not working anymore, and a lot of students are facing issues because of that. So I have come over here in this video to solve that issue and explain you how to fetch the API and get the data. And in this video I will explain you in such a way that next time Swiggy API changes, you will be able to do it yourself, right? So all the changes which will be happening in Swiggy API you will be able to accommodate in your projects. So that is what the goal of this video is. So first of all, let us see the code which we wrote last time. Okay, if you will go to the code, right? If you will go to the code, and in the body.js we had the body component, if you remember it. So in the body component we have this fetch data function that was an async function, and over here we made a fetch call, and this was the Swiggy API which we were calling up, right? So this was the Swiggy API. Now when it returned the data, we were converting that data into the JSON, and then we were extracting this list of cards from the data. Okay, so what happened now is that this API is returning us a result in a different format, right? The structure of the data has changed, and this destructuring which we are doing over here, this json.data.cards of 2 and all that stuff, this has changed. That is because this is the reason why you are facing these issues, and I'll tell you how to solve it today. Okay, first of all, for people who don't know how to get this API, right, let me explain you how to get this API. If see, Swiggy, we were using live APIs because we wanted to work on the live data, right? I did not wanted to use some random dummy APIs and with random data. I wanted to use the actual live data which is used in the industry. That is why I used this Swiggy API, right? And I don't want to go back to dummy data or something. No. So the problem with working with live APIs is that they keep on changing. Okay. Today it has changed, and today I am giving you a new solution for this. Tomorrow it may change again, right? So learn and focus in this video so that you are able to make the changes according to the Swiggy API changes. Okay, Swiggy is a company, they are running on production and they keep on making changes in their APIs, so we'll have to accommodate according to their APIs, right? So I'll tell you everything in detail in today's video. Today we are having this API, right? Swiggy.com DAPI restaurant list and V5. Tomorrow there can be V6. Tomorrow there can be another list of APIs, right? This API totally can change, right? This whole API URL can change. So how will you find that URL, right? First of all, how will you find this URL? This is what we are going to see. So for that, go to swiggy.com website, right? And I am over here in Kormangla, Bangalore, right? I have selected this location. Now, once you have this location, right, how you find that URL, API URL, go to inspect element, go to your network tab, right? Here is my network tab. Just refresh the page, right? If you will refresh the page, right, you will see a lot of network calls over here, right? You will see a lot of network calls over here. You can click on these are all the calls over here, right? All is selected over here. Go to fetch /XHR, right? This is the place. If you will select this filter on your Chrome, it will give you all the API calls, right? If you will click on all, it will give you the results of all the URLs that has been fetched for a page. For example, the photos, the different photos which has come up, the JavaScript files, the CSS file, all of them are present over here in this network. But I am just concerned about the API calls which were made, right? So you'll have to click on this fetch XHR. That means only fetch calls will be here, right? And if you'll see, this is the actual API call which returns the data, right? This is the same API call. See, www.swiggy.com/DAPI restaurant list v5. This is the API we are looking for, isn't it? Right? This is the API we want. So if you want this, just copy this URL, right? Just copy this URL and this will be your API URL. Okay, let me show it to you. Let us copy this latest one. I don't know if anything has changed over here or not, but let me just copy this, right? Copy link address. Okay, right click, copy link address. Okay, and let me go to our project and let me replace this, right? Let me replace this API now, right? So I have replaced my API. I have put my new API, right? This is what I have done now. Now, how to get the data out of it, right? Now I want my restaurant data over here, right? So basically I want the list of restaurant. I am going to do set list of restaurant over here. So I need this cards over here, right? So let us just see how you can write this logic by yourself. Okay, now you already know that how to find this list of API, right? This API. Now I want to show you that how you can extract data from this API. Okay, so when you will make this API call, you will get this result, right? Preview, right? This result. Okay, over here you will see some data, right? Let us just study this data first of all. Okay, so hope you are able to see this. Let me just zoom a little, right, so that you are able to see it even more clearly. Yep, go to pay response over here. Oh my god, what happened? Yep, preview. Okay, so over here we need the list of restaurant. So to get the list of restaurant, you need to study this data properly. You know, when you will see this data, this is huge data, right? If you will see over here, this is huge data, huge. See this, it's huge nested data, right? It will have so much data inside it. See this. And let me just show you, you know, you can double click on it. It will open it in the new URL, right? In the new tab, right? Or maybe you can just copy paste, right? You can just copy the link, right? You can copy link address and open it in a new tab, right? It will show you the data in full page, right? I want to see the data in full page. So it's harder to see over here. It's easier over here like this, right? So once you will open this URL over here, you might not see the data in such beautiful fashion, right? You can see this in a beautiful fashion because I have installed a Chrome plugin which is known as JSON Viewer. Okay, so I have installed a Chrome plugin which is known as JSON Viewer, right? This is the JSON Viewer. Okay, let me show you, right? Because otherwise you will also face some problems over here, right? So let me remove that. Let me remove that first, right? Remove from Chrome. Okay, so let me refresh the page. Okay. JSON Viewer is removed, is it? JSON Viewer remove from Chrome. Remove. Yes. Okay. Cool. So what I'm trying to say is, when you will open this URL, when you will open this API in a new tab, you will see data like this. But this data is hard to read, isn't it? This data is hard to read, isn't it? So what you can do, just go to Google and write JSON Viewer. Okay, write JSON Viewer from Chrome, right? Write Chrome extension or write Chrome, right? So you will get this extension. Okay, just see, you will get this extension. Just install this extension to your Chrome, right? Add extension, right? So it will install a new extension for you. And now if you will refresh this page, it will show you in a beautiful fashion, right? The same data will be shown in beautiful fashion. So I love this Chrome plugin. Please install it in your Chrome. It will be very helpful for you. Okay, now our data looks a little much readable, right? Now let us just find out that how we can write this destructuring logic over here, right? When this API call is made, this JSON data comes in JSON, right? Now we will have to find actually where that data is, right? So basically, if you'll go to Swiggy's website, I want the data of these restaurants, isn't it? This Pizza Huts, Haldiram, KFC, McDonald's, right? And let me refresh the page to get the latest data, right? So it is giving me this restaurant, right? We want the data of these restaurants, right? That API, if you will see clearly, right? if you will study this API, you will see that this API is returning data for everything. It is returning data for best offers for you also. It is returning data for what's on your mind also, right? These things. It will be returning data for top restaurant chains in Bangalore also. It is returning data for a lot of things, right? It is returning data for a lot of things. So we are just, right, the example which I was showing over here in the code was, we were just interested in these restaurant, right? This online delivery restaurant. We were not building best offers. We were not building this what's on your mind. We were not building this top restaurant chain in Bangalore, right? So that is why we extracted just the restaurant list over here, right? But if you will see this data, it is sending us all the data. It is sending us all the data of these best offers for you also. And let me tell you, my dear friends, this is known as config driven UI, right? I had talked about this config driven UI in the episode 6 also, right? You must be aware of it. So when you build this config driven UI, this config driven UI is very flexible. You know, for Koramangala, I have selected right now the location as Koramangala, Bangalore. So it is showing me best offers near me in Koramangala. But it is possible that if you are in Pune, if you select the location Pune over here, or if you select a very small town, right, somewhere in the remote areas of Uttarakhand, right? So you might not see any best offers over here, right? There might be no offers in a particular city. So the config driven UI will give you all the data for that specific location. But we are only concerned about these restaurants for now because we wanted to build a basic page. Okay, so let us see that how can we get this data of Pizza Hut, Haldiram, KFC, McDonald's. Okay, for that we'll have to study this API. Okay, so if you will see this API properly, it gives you these cards, right? See, this is the card, and this card is a, see this, if I close this card is a list. This is an array, right? Let me go on the top once again, right? Let me go on the top once again. Okay, cool. So this card is a list, array of objects. So if you will see, there are multiple objects over here. What is this object, right? This object, right? If you close this object, right? Let me close this object over here. I am, right now I am telling you how to study this data, right? If you will see, there are multiple objects over here, right? So this first object is basically, right, get 50% off in your order. So basically get 50% off on your first order. This first object over here is giving you the offers, right? So this, right, get 50% off on your delicious food. The best offers for you is coming in the first object over here, right? All these best offers are within this object, right? All these best offers that you see, right? Menu at 129, menu at 179 in KFC. All this is in the first object over here, right? Please just go, do it in your laptop and just see the data over here. You will understand that what all offers are there. See, get 50% off on your first order, right? And then see, there is a KFC offer, right? The KFC offer which you will see, right? This is the second one, is the KFC offer. So this data is coming. We are not concerned about this data. So let me close this card. Okay, I have closed this object over here. Now what is the second object? If you will see the second object, it is what's on your mind, right? The title is what's on your mind. So if you'll go to Swiggy's website, this is the second card, right? Second object in that list, right? The data for, see this is the first object. This contains the data of the best offers. The second card contains the data of what's on your mind. Let me close this also. I am not concerned about this object also, right? I don't want to know what's on your mind, right? I don't want to build this. If you in your laptop, if you in your application want to build these components, please build it yourself. But for demo, I was not building all these things, right? I was just concerned about these restaurants, right? These restaurants which are delivering online in Bangalore, right? That is what I was concerned about. I don't want all this data, right? I don't want to use them right now, right? So let us skip this what's on your mind also, right? So if I close this up, right? If I close this up, what's on your mind? What's on your mind? Let me close this also. Now, if you'll see the third card, third object over here, see, that was the first, that was the second. Now, this is the third one. It says top restaurant chains in Bangalore. So, if you'll go in the UI, the third object is giving me data of this. The third object is giving me data of this top restaurant chains in Bangalore. Do I want this data? No, I don't want this, right? So what I will do is, let me just close this object as well. Okay, I have closed this object as well. What is the fourth object over here? It says restaurant with online food delivery in Bangalore. And if you'll see, this card is very short. It is just giving the heading, right? It is just giving this heading, right? This data is just giving me this heading. So let me close this card also. You know, to be very honest, inside this card only I should get the data of all these restaurants also, right? But no, it has given me a separate object for the data and separate object for the title. So see this card object is very small and it just contains the title. Okay, so we will skip this also. I don't want this. Now, if you will see the next card, it is giving me, see, relevance default, delivery time. So basically, this filters that you see is coming from this object. See, cost low to high, cost high to low, right? Cost low to high, cost high to low. These are the filters, right? See this, cost low to high, cost high to low, relevance by default, delivery time. These filters over here are being populated by this object, right? So do I want to go to this object? No. So I have closed this object also. So basically, all these objects on the top are building something in the UI. The first object was building these offers. The second object was building these what's on your mind. The third object was building this. The fourth object was just building this title, this much only. The fifth object was building these filters, right? The fifth object was building these filters. Now, if you'll see the next card over here, the next object, it is giving me the details of this restaurant. See this. Here we get Pizza Hut, right? Here we get Pizza Hut, right? If I close this Pizza Hut, here we get Haldiram's, right? And if I close this, right? If I close my Haldiram's, here I get KFC. And if you'll see in the UI, Pizza Hut, Haldiram, KFC, McDonald's, right? These are the same restaurant which we are seeing over here. We are concerned about these restaurants which are coming under over here, this restaurant. And if you'll see, this data is very much nested inside your big whole object that this API returns. This API returns a lot of big data. See, this data is huge, right? This data is huge. If you will see this data is huge. But we are only concerned about this portion, right? This list of restaurant, right? These list of restaurant over here, right? So KFC, Burger King, right? So this restaurant data, right? This list of objects, right? If you will see over here, this list of objects is something which we need, right? Which we really want. Okay. So what we will do now, we will just extract this restaurant. Right? We will just extract this restaurant by doing something like this. Okay? We will extract these restaurants by doing something like this. Okay? How will I do this ... Understand it properly. See, why I am telling you all this detail, why I am telling you everything in detail, because today Swiggy API is giving us data in this format. Tomorrow it might change. Tomorrow maybe you get this data. Tomorrow maybe you get this restaurant data in the 6th, 7th object. Today we are getting in the 6th object, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th, right? First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Tomorrow you might get in the 7th object. Or maybe you get in the first object itself. Or tomorrow Swiggy might change its API only, right? It can make a new API which is just giving these restaurants, right? Anything can happen, right? So you should be able to find the API and extract this list of restaurants. This is our challenge, right? So the challenge is find the API and get this list, right? Get this list in your list of restaurant, right? So this list of restaurant, how do you extract this? This is what I'm going to show you. I have shown you that how to find the API. Right click, inspect element, go to network tab. Over here, go to fetch XHR, refresh the page. You will see a V5, right? This is the V5 API and it is giving us data. See this, right? If you will see, it gives you this data, isn't it? Now, I want only my specific object, right? So this was the API over here. You can, install the JSON viewer. It gives you a better view of this API over here, full data. You can search also. You can do a command F and can search anything if you wish to. So it gives you a lot more control. But you can find it from here also, right? It is the same data returned. So if you will see, this is the same data which is shown over here, right? So we went into this API, data, cards, and in our sixth card, right? First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. In our sixth card, right? If I open this card and if I open this card once again, and I open my grid elements, and I open my info with style, and I open my restaurant, it gives me the list of restaurant. See this very clearly, right? These are the list of restaurant we want, right? Pizza Hut, Haldiram, KFC, McDonald's, Burger King, Samosa Party, and whatnot, right? These are different type of restaurants which are coming over here, right? We want all these restaurants, isn't it? This is the list we want. Now, this is a different way of showing. Over here, this is the same data, right? So find out what data we need. We want this list. Now let me tell you how to extract this, right? If you will do a JSON.data, it will take you over here. I will have to do JSON.data.cards. Okay. So over here, I will have to do, let me go to console and let me write and show it to you what we need, right? Basically, what we are doing something like JSON.data, right? So if I will do JSON.data, it will give me this object, but we need JSON.data.cards, right? .cards. Now this cards is a list, right? Cards is a list, cards in an array. I am only concerned about the sixth object which has index 5. So I will do a cards of 5. Okay. I want to show you how to write this, right? Write this whole URL, how to find the data, right? If I will do a JSON.data.cards of 5, so it will take me over here, right? Now I will do a .card, right? I will do a .card, right? So basically, see, I will do a .card, so it is referring over here. And let me also go to .card. I will do one more .card, right? .card. It is referring to this card over here, right? This card. And then inside this card, I want to go inside my grid elements, right? I want to go inside my grid elements. .grid elements, right? And then inside my grid elements, info with style, right? Inside my grid elements, it is info with style. And inside my info with style, I have my restaurants, right? If I click on this, .restaurants, right? If I will do this much, it will give me a list of restaurants. And this is what we need actually, right? This is actually what we need. So last time in the episode 6, when I was teaching, this was different. The structure of the data was different. Today, the structure of data has changed, and tomorrow or in future, Swiggy will again change its data, right? The format of data. You should be capable enough to find out where my restaurants are. Okay. Tomorrow Swiggy can change again the structure of data. Tomorrow they might rename this grid elements to something else. Who knows? Who knows, right? So we will have to stay updated with the API. Now you would be saying, Akshay, this is a pain, right? This is a pain. Every time Swiggy changes, I will have to change. Yes, that's how real life companies work. When you will go into a company, you know what will happen? The backend team will keep changing the APIs, and you as a UI developer, you as a React developer will have to accommodate these changes. Every time the Swiggy backend API is changing, their front-end developers will also have to change these things. Okay, so it's not something which you are doing specifically, it's everybody, right? The Swiggy team is also doing the same change. And if we want to use these live APIs, if we want to work with live APIs, that I would want you all to work with live APIs, please, please, please know how to do this. If you will go in a company, you will have to do this every day. Learn it. It is very, very, very important to know all this. Okay, so I have shown you this. Now let us just use this in our code, right? Let us just use this in our code. Or first of all, let us just log this once, right? Let us just do a console log and see if this is giving us expected result or not, right? Let us see this. If it is giving us expected result or not, let me just save it and let me do a npm run build. Npm run build. Okay. Oh, not npm run build. Sorry, npm run start, or maybe just npm start. I don't want to build it. I just want to start it on local. Right. Close the console. Now, if I go to my localhost 1234, let me refresh the page. It will throw an error, right? Because the data has changed, right? But let me see on the console whether I got that data or not, right? Okay, it is giving me CORS error. See this, because my CORS plugin is not activated, right? So if I activate this CORS plugin and if I refresh my page, and if I see my console log, see this, it is giving me list of restaurant. I know we are getting this error. We will fix this error also, but let me just show it to you that we are getting these restaurant data. This is what we want, right? This is what we want. We are getting this list of 9 restaurants over here. If you'll see over here, we are getting this list of 9 restaurants. If we go to the info, and over here if we see the name of the restaurant, this is Pizza Hut, right? So we are able to extract this data properly now, right? So let us just try to use it. Okay, how will you use it? We will have to put this data instead of this data, and we'll also have to do optional chaining. Okay, so let us do optional chaining. It is healthy to do optional chaining. If you don't know what is optional chaining, then please, 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 my dear friends, go to Google, search about it. If you are a JavaScript developer, you should definitely know what is optional chaining. This is right. I have covered that in Namaste JavaScript also. Go on YouTube and see the videos over there. Okay, if you don't know about it, but please read about optional chaining, right? This is what we will use. Okay, so now we will do this optional chaining, and let me just copy this and let me put it in set filtered restaurant also, right? So, and let me tell you, I am giving you a disclaimer also. This can change once again. Okay, my dear friends, this can change once again. Okay, so don't rely upon this string. 3 months down the line, it can change. You will have to keep updating it, right? But you know, Swiggy won't change it very often because it is a headache for them also to update the UI again and again. But I'm just telling you that it can change. In 3-4 months, 6 months, it can change. Okay, that's how the production works, isn't it? So let us just remove this console log now, and let us see what else error we are getting, right? So what else error we are getting? If I see this now, if I refresh the page, if I refresh my page, it is giving me error over here. In 79, restaurant cannot read properties of undefined ID. So basically at that point, restaurant.data.id, right? So over here we are sending restaurant card restaurant.data.id. We are not getting this. Why? Why? Why are we not getting this restaurant data.id? Let me just console log once again and let us see what is coming inside restaurant.data.id, right? Let us just save it. Let me just refresh the page. Okay. So, okay, let me refresh the page. Cool. So we have got this data. So basically, if you know what we are doing, we are getting the error over here in line number this, right? Restaurant.data.id over here. So in restaurant card, restaurant.data.id. So we are doing it for all the restaurant one by one, right? So we will pick this object one by one, and we are doing restaurant.data.id. So restaurant, there is no data over here. That is why it is throwing error, because there is no data inside the restaurant. How will I get the ID? Oh my god. Okay, now I understood. Earlier, the name of this info was data. Okay. Do you see a difference? Earlier, when earlier the code that I wrote last time, right? So this API used to return us an object. On over here we used to have this info was known as data that time. Okay, the key, this is the key, right? The key name was data over here. That is why it was working. And when I used to do restaurant.data.id, it used to refer restaurant.data over here and then id, this id. Now what we will have to do, we will have to change it to restaurant.info.id. Okay, so let me just change it to restaurant.info.id, right? And let me save it, because the key should be id, right? Restaurant.info.id. Now, okay, it again failed. Now it failed where? It failed in restaurantcard.js over here, right? In restaurantcard.js over here. Why? It is not able to find the Cloudinary image ID. Cloudinary image ID. Where is my Cloudinary image ID? If you will see in the data, where is my Cloudinary image ID? Right? Let us just see Cloudinary image ID. It will be again inside my info. See this, here is. So basically, because this info has been renamed, the data has been renamed to info, that is why this is the problem. We are trying to find out this Cloudinary image ID in restdata.data. Instead, it should be info. Okay, so let me replace this with info and see if we get more errors. If I go back to my Swiggy, oh cool, this works, right? See this. Was it tough? It was not tough at all, right? A lot of people app stopped working because of this small thing. What all changes did we do? We did no other changes. We did nothing change. We did not change a lot of things, right? Let me show it to you. In our body component, so what all did we change? We just changed this URL right over here, and we changed this extraction logic, right? That is all. These are the two changes we do, right? This is what we did, right? And we changed this console log. We no longer need it. So let me just remove this console log. We don't need this console log now. And I think the API is also same, right? We don't even need a change in API. Okay, so I can just use my older API itself over here, right? So let me just stick to the older code, right? Whatever we were doing, only the extraction logic has been changed. Okay, let me just see if it works. Cool, this works, right? So it's working completely fine, right? The only issue is I can see a nan and some error with the minutes over here. So they might have changed the name of these keys also, right? Over here. So if you will go and if you will see the data, okay, let me just do a console log once again, right? Let's fix that also, right? What's there? Let's fix that also. Okay. Where is it? Over here, right? If I'll go, let me just do a console log over here and let me fix this also. The data, what is here? Okay, I think I have messed up. I have not saved the code. Restaurant.data, I need to change this to info, right? Info. Yep, cool, it loads, right? So let me just see the data and why it is showing nan over here. How would you debug? Let us just see nan for 2. So I want, what was the key last time? If we go to the restaurant card, cost for 2, right? So this key over here, this cost for 2 might have changed. Don't know, right? Let us just see. Is there an info and is there a cost for 2 available over here? Yes, cost for 2 is there, right? But last time I think it was a number, right? I think last time this cost for 2 was a number over here. So that is why we were dividing it by 100. Now they have given it a whole string itself, right? They have given it as a whole string. So I don't need to divide by 100 and put it over here. I just need to show it up, right? I just need to show it like this. Okay. So we have, so it should be fixed now. Yes, see this. Rupees 350 for 2, 200 for 2, 400 for 2, right? It has become very straightforward. Now delivery time also, I think this is delivery time. What is delivery time now? It is not showing anything. Let us just see what is the delivery time object. They might have changed the key or something. Let us just see. Is there a delivery time that we get? No. So we don't get any delivery time key over here. Let us see. They might be sending some delivery time. Okay, see this. They have changed. Earlier, the delivery time was outside. Now they have moved this delivery time. See this. Earlier we used to do data.delivery time or info.delivery time. Now this delivery time has been inside, has gone inside SLA object. So what we'll have to do? We'll have to do a data.sla.delivery time. Okay, or SLA string. Let us just use this, right? Let us just directly use this SLA string. How will you get this SLA string instead of delivery time? So see, now we will have to fetch SLA, right? Over here, SLA. So instead of this delivery time, we will get SLA. Why I am doing all this? See, when you will do it yourself in your project, right, you will understand this even much better. Please do that, right? For now, just see, I am doing SLA. What should I write over here? I should write SLA dot SLA string, right? I can do SLA dot SLA string. Okay, if I will do SLA dot SLA string, and what we can do, I can just put a optional chaining over here as well, right? If I do this, see this, what it is saying, 22 mins minute. Okay, I think 22 mins is coming already. We are adding minutes, so I can just remove this. Cool. So it should show me 22 mins now, 26 mins. Cool. We have fixed this. This is what it was. It was easy, right? So very less changes were there, right? Only this extraction thing. Earlier this info was known as data, so we have changed it to info now. This cost for to and SLA string has been changed, and if you will see over here in body component, this extraction logic has been changed, and in future it might change again. So please don't worry about it, don't get afraid. And you know what I will do? I will make a commit of this code. I will make a commit of this code and I will give you the URL to that commit, so that you can also see this code as a reference. Okay, I will put it down in the description. I will put it down in our Discord channel. Okay, don't worry about it. Or you can just see over here, right? Pause this video and just see, look at this string. You will understand it. Or I would say that don't even take my code. Do it yourself. Once you will do it yourself, it will get stick to your head. This is what we want actually. Okay, this is what the point of learning is. So let me just remove the console log to clean my code, right? So everything is working cool, isn't it? So this is what it is. Okay. So earlier, there were, I think 15 restaurants that used to come. Now there are how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. So Swiggy is just sending us 9 restaurants in the beginning. Earlier there used to be 15. So if you feel that you want more restaurant, so you can make more API calls, So Swiggy has implemented lazy loading. If you'll go to Swiggy, earlier there was no lazy loading kind of thing, but now what is happening is, if you will refresh the page, right, it loads more restaurant. See this. If you'll not refresh, if you'll scroll down the page, it will load more restaurant. And if you will see this network calls, if you'll go to fetch calls, it will make, see this. They have made a new API which is known as update. See this. There is a new API which is update. Okay. There is a new API which is update. It is missing latitude and longitude. So this is the API update. So you can integrate. So over here you will have to pass this latitude, longitude information, right? I think this is a post call. See, this is a post call. So you will not have to pass this latitude, longitude in this URL like this, but you will have to do a fetch.post. Okay. You will have to make a post API call. Figure out yourself, right? Just do a fetch post call, right? How you will do fetch post call, right? Just write it down like this in your Google, right? And just make a fetch post call, right? So if you'll do like this, this is a get call. If you will see, this is how you do a fetch post call, right? And here you will find data. So it is your this is your homework now. Make this feature also, right? Call this update API, and as soon as your users scroll your website, show them even more restaurant. Okay, show them more restaurants over here. Got it? So this is the feature you have to build now. Okay, so this is what it is. We have fixed the Swiggy APIs. I have told you that how Swiggy API works. and how you find Swiggy APIs and how to extract data from it. This is what I wanted to show you in this video. Hope you would have understood it. Play with the code much again, and you are just at episode 6. See the episodes later on. We develop many cool features inside this food ordering app, and hope you have a great learning journey. And please go ahead, join the Discord community, right? Join the Discord community by the link below, and please join the Discord community and help other people, help yourselves, be a part of discussion, connect with other React developers, and just grow in your career. This is what I want, and I'm always there for you. You know? Okay, cool. This was it in this video. I will make another small video where I will show you that how you can get rid of this CORS plugin, right? So right now you always have to use this CORS plugin, right? If you don't use this CORS plugin, so it throws an error. So how you can bypass this CORS, okay? How you can bypass this CORS? This is what I'll show you in a very small video next, okay? So see you in the next one.